So I came up from Pennsylvania to visit my good friend Martine, and he brought us up and suggested that I say a few words. If what I have to say is not worth your time, blame Martine. But it strikes me that a word is missing from the discourse thus far. Any system that drives billions of people into abject poverty is not only immoral, but it's also insane. Any system that is militarized and over the years has killed tens of millions of people and been engaged in acts of military violence 100% of the time since 1950. The U.S. military. I was a member of the U.S. military. That is not only an immoral system, but an insane system. Any economic system driven by profits over the interest of the environment and people, that's creating conditions that may eliminate the human species along with millions of other species, is not only immoral but insane. So it seems to me that our task is not only a moral task but a rational task to overcome the insanity. Erich Fromm made a point about how sociologists look at sanity and insanity. And generally, people who are well adjusted to dominant systems from the perspective of sociologists tend toward the sane. The better adjusted you are to the dominant systems, the more sane you are. The less well adjusted you are to those systems, the more insane you are. But then Fromm asked the key question: what happens when the system itself is insane? Then the people who are not well adjusted to the system are the sane people. I would suggest that we are the sane people, along with the moral people. And last, we were talking earlier about this concept of social love, and I know love has been mentioned many times. It seems to me obvious that love has to be central to our human existence. Every human being is materially dependent on other human beings for physical survival. We see that most clearly in human children, because if a baby didn't receive love, care, and nurturing, not just for days or weeks or months, but for many, many years, there wouldn't be a human species. That's, to me, strongly suggests that love, care, and nurturing is fundamental to our human nature. Insane and immoral systems can corrupt our loving, caring, nurturing human nature. In addition to that dependence on others for our physical survival, it seems to me that we depend on others to share moral values. Moral values such as solidarity, protection, affection, care, kindness, empathy, and vigilance. When we're in the presence of fellow human beings who are willing to share those moral values with it, we develop moral values of gratitude and appreciation, something that, in my experience, we don't see enough of. Appreciating one another and showing gratitude for how much others bring into our lives. When the fact of our material dependence on others is operating with the moral values as sort of as two sides of the same coin, I would say we're in the presence of social love. And I know talking about love sometimes sounds a little ridiculous because we often associate it with romance. But even the great Che Guevara said that true revolutionaries are motivated by great feelings of love for humanity. So my last quick comment, we might define this notion of social love as having a concept that says, love means finding happiness in being the source of happiness for others. Love means finding fulfillment and flourishing in being the source of flourishing and fulfillment for others. To me, that's a rational and moral approach to living life. So there's a political message that's captured in another slogan: the free and creative development of each is the condition for the free and creative development of all. And that comes to mind because everyone who's spoken so far talked about the importance of connection. And Marty himself suggests that when we are spiritual beings, we recognize that we are rooted in love, caring, and kindness, and we recognize how we are all connected.